Good evening and welcome to the Lead the Charge Gala. I'm Robin Baker, Vice President of Development here at St. Coletta, and we are so incredibly excited that you're here with us tonight, and today has finally come. St. Coletta is a very special place and is near and dear to not only my heart but so many other people's, and I'm honored to be a part of this wonderful mission. I wanted to start off by thanking all of our major sponsors, Baird, Ultimate Software, Hayes, United Heartland, and Greystone. We simply could not do this without you, so thank you so much for your contributions. I also wanted to thank our board of directors and the many clients, staff, and families who donated to our silent auction items. Don't forget to bid early and bid often. Tonight we have a lot of fun in store for you, and with some special guests included. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and thanks for helping us lead the charge.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Ted Benke, President of St. Coletta, Wisconsin, and I'd like to welcome you to the first ever virtual Lead the Charge Gala. We hope you have a good time tonight, so sit back and relax, and happy bidding. Thank you.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for entrusting to us the mission that you have given the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi 116 years ago to support persons with disabilities to achieve their highest quality of life. Thank you for the opportunity to be together today with all the people who share our passion for St. Coletta's mission. We ask you to bind us into one team as we commence our fundraising activity. May we all become part of the miracle that flows from your own generous love. We ask you this so that we may become Christ's instruments of his love for our brothers and sisters in need. Amen.
You're gonna get it fine.
Oh,
come on, don't be
not.
No.
Woo!
Told you.
Oh, stay. 350. Good choice.
Good job, Sherry.
Thank you.
Do I get this?
Woo-hoo! I'm hot. I want to cover, huh?
Lead the charge.
Hi, I'm Art Pennington. I'm a bus driver here at St. Coletta. I love working here because I can help make a difference for special needs adults. Lead the charge.
Lead the charge! Lead the charge!
You charge.
Hi, my name is Justin. I've been at St. Coletta for a year and a half. Thank you to all our supporters, and lead the charge.
Lead the charge!
Hi, I'm Liz Bouchard. I'm the Director of Day Programs here at St. Coletta's, and my favorite element of our mission here is joy. We find joy in everything. Everyday miracles are something to celebrate, and even when times are difficult like they are right now, we find ways to celebrate, and we've gone high-tech with Zoom meetings with families and FaceTime meetings. We've gone low-tech with car parades and drive-by celebrations. So even when things are difficult, we find the joy. If you're a joyful person, St. Coletta's feels like home. If you are not drawn to the joy of serving others, this isn't the place for you. So we are very fortunate that everybody here finds joy in the everyday and finds joy in service. It is one of my favorite parts about working here at St. Coletta's. So one of the things that my team has been doing has been organizing visits to the individuals from the community that we cannot have back on campus to program right now. So we want to stay connected with those individuals and want to make sure that they know that they are still very much a part of the St. Coletta family. So the team has been dropping off activities and cards and doing visits, socially distanced of course, to those individuals that we can't see regularly. And the response has been so heartwarming. It's hard to see people when we can't interact with them regularly, but we know that they feel connected to us with that, and there's been a lot of smiles, there's been some tears, but again, we're just so looking forward to that time when we can have everybody back in our operations, back to full strength. It's just an amazing thing, so we really miss that, but we're doing our best to stay connected and make sure that everybody still feels a part of the St. Coletta family.
Hi guys, welcome back. I just wanted to show off this beautiful item that we have for silent auction tonight. It's item number 7204. It's a David Heumann Pave set diamond pendant, and it's got 1.29 carats of diamonds, also an adjustable length of 16 to 17 inches. And this stunning necklace was donated to us by Triber and Straub Jewelers in Brookfield. So big thank you to you guys out there. We really appreciate the donation. It retail values for $3,200 and starting bid is $500. So good luck and bid early and bid often. Thanks guys.
The reason that we're here is for the development of each individual to grow to their highest potential. So I think that it is in the spirit of St. Francis and the Sisters of St. Francis that we are obligated. We are held to this, that will help us bring forth to each one of our people that we want them to grow to as high a potential as they can get. We provide support for our people, giving opportunities for each of our people to help choose their own programs, and where they live they're given choices, and that is very important for the satisfaction of clients and for the staff. And especially now during COVID time, it has been difficult for both staff and clients. However, I see them as they are returning, they're happy.
Hi, I'm Brogan. I live at St. Martha's here at St. Coletta, and what I like about St. Coletta is the opportunities we get in Genesis 2. And I like living here. It's a blessing to be here and to be amongst people like me and lead the charge.
St. Coletta's a home. It's a home, yes.
I love it here and lead the charge.
I'm an eccentric lady.
Sharing our lives, making people happy, making a home, having a second home, just all the little things in life that make everything worthwhile.
I am an award-winning painter, and I hope you bid generously on this painting I've titled Joyful Water. I did it on site at the St. Coletta's campus, and it was a joy to sit and listen to the music of this water. I paint from direct observation, and I provided a workshop for residents at St. Coletta's, where they work from direct observation, like this beautiful delphinium flower, and from imagination, we developed imagery of birds. I hope you will bid generously on my painting Joyful Water and view my website bethanmoran.com and maybe follow me on Instagram for in-progress works. Thank you and happy bidding.
Hi, my name is Dan. I have been at St. Coletta's for about 4 years. Next year will be my 5th year. And I just would like to say hi to all of you and stay safe as we continue this pandemic, and hopefully it'll be over. Soon, so that everybody can go back in the community and do what they like to do. So lead the charge, and I'll see you guys all soon.
Hi, my name is Travis. Lead the charge. I love St. Coletta because we have awesome activities and stuff.
Lead the charge! Lead the charge! Lead the charge! Lead the charge!
Hi, thanks for joining me tonight. I'm Robin Baker, Vice President of Development here at St. Coletta, being joined by Miss Wisconsin Alyssa Bohm.
Hi.
And we're so happy to have her here today. Part of Alyssa's platform that she ran on for Miss Wisconsin was really to bring inclusiveness to everyone in the community, which strikes a big chord in our heart here at St. Coletta and who we serve. And so the first time that Miss Wisconsin came out, she was very kind and warm and patient to all of our clients. And we realized early on she was a wonderful advocate for not only people here at St. Coletta, but also in the Wisconsin community. So I'm very honored and proud to present her with our 2020 Believer of the Year Award. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This comes as a surprise to me, but it's also been a long journey for me and working with people with disabilities. I came here into St. Coletta's in October of 2019. Wow, it's been a long time, and I had such a great time being here because I knew so many of the faces that were here at St. Coletta's because I ran the University of Wisconsin Whitewater's Special Olympics organization, and so many St. Coletta's individuals came to my camp, which was part of Special Olympics and providing an opportunity for individuals with disabilities to be a part of a football camp that the University of Wisconsin Whitewater football team puts on, and I facilitated. So it's great seeing so many faces, but where my journey started is back in 2012. I was looking for ways to get involved, and I started a cheerleading squad for girls with special needs, which was at my high school, and I was the co-creator of that. And I can remember vividly that we were at a cheer competition, and the girls were doing an exhibition event, and they just finished their routine, and everyone gave them a standing ovation. And I could see tears in people's eyes. I could see the girls laughing and enjoying themselves. and realizing that so many people saw the potential that they had to be successful individuals. And that was the epitome moment for me, that I realized that I wanted to help people with disabilities for the rest of my life. And I continued through the Miss America organization. I am now a special education teacher in Racine Unified, and through the Miss America organization and through the journey that I've had the last 6 years, I have been able to create a lot of opportunities, such as creating the Special Olympics organization at UW-Whitewater, where I started the first ever football camp, which is where I was able to meet these beautiful people here at St. Coletta's. And I have been traveling across the state this past year promoting inclusivity. The reason I can promote inclusivity is because my aunt has an intellectual disability. So I've been around people with disabilities all of my life, and I've seen the struggles that she went through, and I've seen the adversity that she had overcome. She was not given opportunities as a young child, and I wanted to make sure that other people had that opportunity that had disabilities. And so that's the reason I do what I do every single day. And I have been able to travel to over 30 schools this past year and talking about inclusivity, and I also partnered with Special Olympics to be able to do so. So when I go into schools, I have kids come up and they do a hula hoop activity. So they're all hula hooping, they're having fun, and once we finish the activity, I talk about how some people were able to reach 2 hula hoops, some were able to reach 3, but we're not always going to reach the same goals, but that's okay, because we all still need to treat each other equally. And we talk about diversity, and we talk about how we can treat others, and going through different scenarios about what we should be doing when someone isn't treated equally. And that is what I've been able to do as Miss Wisconsin this year. And I'm going to be continuing that, as I will be Miss Wisconsin for a whole nother year due to COVID-19, which will probably be a trivia question one day. But I'm very excited to continue my work, and excited to continue my job, as I will be going back to my teaching job as a special education teacher in Racine Unified, and enhancing programs. I'm also on the board of directors for Special Olympics of Wisconsin, so I'm excited to continue my work with them as we raise more awareness about what we can do to create an inclusive society. And I'm just very, very grateful for this opportunity that you have awarded me, this beautiful award, and all of the accomplishments that I've had thus far. But this is not the end, this is just the beginning, and I'm very excited to continue my work for creating more inclusivity within our state. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Becky Weber, Associate Director of Stewardship and Communication at St. Coletta of Wisconsin. One of our awesome auction items, donated by Tim and Janice Hood and Mike Geary, the owner of Healing Waters Lodge, enjoyed 4 nights and 3 days of exquisite trout fishing at Healing Waters Lodge in Twin Bridges, Montana. The lodge is located in the famous Ruby Valley. The trip is for 2 people, all lodging is included, wine and beer, fishing equipment, housekeeping, and ready to serve your every need. Come enjoy a relaxing getaway in the beautiful mountains of Montana at Healing Waters Lodge.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to Him belong, they are weak, but He is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Nice job.
I love you, everyone, and I also love you, Jesus.
All right, I'm Shelley Devant. I'm one of the nurses here in our Wisconsin region. I've been here going on 2 years. I have over 20 years of nursing experience. I had the pleasure to join St. Coletta a week before Christmas, so it was a wonderful Christmas present, something that I've always wanted to work for St. Coletta's. I came here when I was in high school. I did a field trip, and I always said to myself, this is a place where I wanted to end my career. And then 30 plus years later, my dream came true. How I feel about working here, every day I come here, I feel like I'm a part of a bigger mission. I'm very blessed to be here. I get to work with a wonderful group of staff that care just as much as about the mission that was started 115 years ago as I do. And the clients, every day I am here, I am filled with love from our clients. To be a part of that is something that I feel is truly special. And to be able to be a part of that for now going on 2 years, I'm very blessed. Being able to be here, I just, the joy I can bring to the clients, but more or less the joy they give me. I'm a part of their family, and that's truly the most blessed thing, is to be a part of their family, knowing that they have somebody who cares about them and who advocates for them. This is a population I feel that is very underserved still to this day. Is very underserved in our community medically wise, so to be able to advocate for them, to make sure that they get the right care they deserve, is truly a blessing. So I've really been able to develop a strong voice within our community, especially within our healthcare system, to really make sure that our clients get the best care possible, because again, that gives them quality of life, and that's very important to me.
Good evening, my name is Betsy Bright. I'm the Associate Director of Major Gifts and Planned Giving. Tonight I'm going to highlight our Legends of the Packers football helmet. This helmet comes in a display case and has authenticity certificate that comes with it. Included in the signatures are Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Mike Holmgren, Clay Matthews, James Lofton, Sterling Sharp, Antonio Freeman, and Amon Green, and Dorsey Levens. For all of you Packer fans, this is a once-in-a-lifetime item to showcase in your home.
Well, good evening, everyone. So now we've got a special moment here, presentation to Sister Julianne Koch with an Achiever of the Award for this year, 2020. Now, a little bit about Sister here. She serves us on a number of levels here. First of all, her brother George is served here, and so she helps and guides George's care and everything else. But beyond that, she is a sister of St. Francis of Assisi, our sponsor. So she serves on our board of directors. She informs the sisters about what's happening here and the mission and things. In addition, she also volunteers in a very unique way. She makes little children's clothes, little girls' dresses and things that she provides, and we sell through our different events here. And of course that money goes to serve us in the mission. So you can see she crosses a lot of different thresholds and things. A wonderful woman, and we're so proud to present her with this award, Achiever of the Year, in this year's gala. So, Sister, with our profound thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Floor is yours.
Thank you, Ted Benke and St. Coletta of Wisconsin for this award. This has given me occasion to reflect on the ways I've been involved with St. Coletta over the years. Being a member of the board of directors for a number of years now has been a privilege and has given me the opportunity to be part of guiding the mission and seeing it move forward. I'm involved in the role of the board to give support to the administration and staff and to present challenges that will further the mission and keep it real. As a family member, I see firsthand the realization of the mission in a wonderful care, compassion, and genuine love that direct service professionals show to the clients. Frequent visits to my brother's home show that the effort of Moonshot pays off in just wages to DSPs, and it is paying off in quality care. I commend Ted and his leaders team for this extraordinary vision made into reality. The national awards and recognition that St. Coletta, Wisconsin has received in recent years is testament to the quality of service this organization gives. I'm a practical person and a doer of hands-on projects. So when Becky Weber sent out a call for people for a sewing project, I was excited to sign up because I love to sew. In sewing adult clothing protectors, I felt directly involved in the mission to serve individuals with disabilities. The same is true in participating in advocacy by emailing senators and representatives and asking them to include adequate funding for services for persons with disabilities. Attending St. Coletta events, be they blessings of new spaces in Illinois, Waukesha, or Brookfield, or attending recognition dinners, family weekends, open houses, fundraisers, or any other activities, is an occasion to show support for the expanding vision of the mission in new areas in response to present needs. It really carries forward the mission of the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi, who began this great venture 116 years ago. As sisters, it is our mission to respond to the needs of the times. This is what gave birth to St. Coletta of Wisconsin in 1904. Our congregational motto, God will provide, has proven trustworthy. It is God's work that we do. I'm proud to continue giving support to the great mission of St. Coletta of Wisconsin, and I thank you very much for this award.
In my time of being here, I've won a lot of love shared here. I won gold shared here, and I made a lot of friends.
My name is Catherine Simpson. I'm a crisis intervention specialist. I've been here for 19 years. Working with the clients is phenomenal. I say this because they put a smile on your face, they make you feel good. The co-workers here at St. Coletta are caring, they're compassionate, and they too love what they do. So it's a wonderful working environment, and I hope that you guys come and visit St. Coletta, take the tour, and learn more about what we do in serving our individuals. Being able to provide the services that I can for a particular individual on my caseload. When a family member is pleased and they know that their loved one is safe in my care or at St. Coletta's care. Having good communication with the family and the funders, and of course the individual. Those are the type of things that put a smile on my face, and I know that I've done a good job.
TripAdvisor describes Siesta Key Beach as a pristine beach that never ends. So grab your family or a few friends for a relaxing beach vacation at Siesta Key Beach in Sarasota, Florida. This 2-bedroom condo has a very large kitchen, sleeps 6 people, hardwood floors. It has 2 barbecue grills, covered parking. One of the pools is beachside, the other is next to the condo. The condo is also located across the street from lots of shops and restaurants. For your 1-week condo stay, please check the bidding site for date restrictions, and the trip must be completed by December 31st, 2021.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for our virtual gala at St. Coletta, Wisconsin. Tonight with us, we are going to honor LeRoy Butler with our Lifetime Achievement Award for his inspiration in his life in overcoming disabilities. I think many of you know LeRoy for the Lambeau Leap, which he's world famous. But maybe what you don't know is the softer, a little more intimate side of LeRoy, where he grew up with a disability and he grew to overcome it and went on to great things. And because of that, we're going to give him our Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, LeRoy, this is the highest award we give anyone at St. Coletta in a year. We've given very few, but we do this with great honor and emotion because of the inspiration you've provided to us in the organization in overcoming your disability. And we want to thank you for everything you've done for folks. So here you go, your Lifetime Achievement Award. With our gratitude.
Thank you very much. This is very emotional because normally as athletes we get, we played for the highest honor would be a Super Bowl, which I played in 2 of them. And I remember my mother talked about days like this, and that's why she wanted me to become more of a great person than a great athlete. But she also said you could do both. And this gives me with great joy to accept this on behalf of my family, on behalf of my mother, because 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people. We've had over 130,000 people and counting passed away from COVID-19. And people like me who grew up with a disability, I had to depend on people like you guys to help me through all of the ups and downs, and going to school and dealing with bullying and things of that nature. So this means a lot to me, other than winning a Super Bowl, because you affect so many people with a Super Bowl in the Packer Nation. But with this particular award, when it says lifetime, that's from when I was little all the way up to where I'm a grown man now. So this means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'm really very emotional. And I'm my birthday's coming up, so I'm kind of my horoscope, I'm kind of a Cancer. They say we're very emotional people. But when you've been quarantined for 120 days, it makes you think about days like this, that it's achievable. Because some young man and some young lady is going to watch this, who's going to be sitting in a wheelchair with braces and says, I can do what LeRoy Butler did. And it makes me feel good. And so thank you very much. And it'll be something I will cherish and live up to. So thank you so much.
From the entire St. Coletta family, we love you. Thank you.
I love you guys too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello everyone, this is LeRoy Butler, inventor of the Leap. But before we start there, I want to tell you about how I grew up, because I think it's very important. I think it's important because I think most kids, when they see this jersey, they think that most athletes, we had it great, we grew up in nice homes, both parents. Well, my life was a little bit different. But I think in a good way, because the one thing about my particular life, it wasn't always up, it wasn't always down, it was a lot of moving parts. But let's go all the way back. I just remember as a young African American in the projects, in the single family home, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 4 years old, so my mom was kind of the father and the mother, and she just taught us everything it is to be a leader, not a follower. And she just always talked about these brilliant things about not being a statistic. And she also talked about being a great person. Now, being in Jacksonville, Florida, one thing we did in the South, we went to church a lot. I'm thinking 150 days a week, a lot. And it just taught us things that we were going to use as an adult. So my mom, by herself, raised 5 kids. And it was just this one kid who was always the last one to do things, because I had a disability. I had club feet. My feet were extremely pigeon-toed, and they had to put them in these casts and set them straight. And I had the Forrest Gump, have you ever seen the movie Forrest Gump? The same braces on my legs. And I just remember my sister, she used to, my sister Vicky used to kind of pick me up and put me on the bus, and we used to have to catch the city bus, and I remember, sitting in a wheelchair and not being able to do some of the things. And one of the things was I wanted to swim, because when you're in Florida and it's 100 degrees every day, you want to swim. But I couldn't because of my braces. I couldn't because I couldn't actually they didn't have wheelchair access, or for handicap. I don't know why, but it wasn't handicap accessible. So I couldn't. These are the years that as a young child you remember. And for me, it was like fast forward. But it was something to me that really got my interest. I remember watching television on Sunday, after church, of course. At 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I used to watch the NFL. And as I'm watching the NFL, I saw one guy, he would get out in front of 10 guys, and he'd just say something to them. I don't know what he would say, but they would kind of break the huddle and go do exactly what he said. And I told my mom, I know what I want to be when I grow up. And she said, what's that? I said, I want to be a professional football player so I can get you out of the projects. And I want to be able to run and jump and do like all the other kids. And at the time, I was between 8 and 9 years old, and still dealing with club feed and having the braces on and off, and wasn't real coordinated. I wasn't real big. I mean, I didn't have a 6-pack. I had like a 1-pack. Just nothing. I'm thinking, when am I going to grow? But I knew what I wanted to be. And I just remember my mom came over to me and she says, listen, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. But you have to be a leader, not a follower. It's a lot of bad kids that get in a lot of trouble, a lot of crime. But don't be like that. You'll be just a statistic. If you really want to be in the NFL one day, you have to understand that you got to lead. Kids will walk by the special needs department at my school and just kind of look at us as if we were like different. And it never bothered me. Because sooner or later, I thought that I'm going to be able to run and jump like everybody else. So what I'm saying is, that's when it was a low point. And I kept my blinders on. And my grandmother told me best. I said, Grandmother, why do kids pick on me? Why is that funny? Because I'm disabled. She said, you need to understand something. She said, God gave everybody a power. You have to figure out what it is. If you don't know what that power is, you're going to be kind of confused. She said, I know what your power is. I said, what is that? Because I'm thinking as a kid, most power is like Superman flying or doing something. No, that's not power. And she said, power is dangerous if you don't use it the right way. Your power is, you have the unique ability to ignore anything negative. If it's negative, you know how to block it out. So I didn't even know kids were bullying me and saying mean things because I ignored them. Because I only wanted to be with kids that thought like me, if you want to do something positive. And she said, now, trust me, it's not going to be real popular, you're not going to have a lot of friends, but it's fine. But she said, you must understand that anybody can get in trouble and do these kind of things, but who's going to do something great in the future? So my grandmother was way ahead of her time. So growing up was rough at school, didn't have any friends, but I also learned that the real heroes don't have capes, they don't have letters on their chest, they don't have masks on. Well, now we have to wear masks, but that's different. They don't have stuff over their eyes. Nope, it's my teacher. My teacher every single day was a hero. But things started to get a little better. That talent that I thought I was hoping I would have started to come out about 9th grade. I'm in 9th grade, all of a sudden the feet that weren't correct, I mean, they were just all over the place, they started to get a little stronger. And I started to be able to run. Running was my thing, and it was just like Forrest Gump. I mean, I pretty much didn't need braces anymore. I'm growing up, I'm running, but I still wanted, in the back of my mind, I wanted to play football.
So when I got to high school, things changed. Things change. When I say change, it changed a lot. When I was in 10th grade, I was a pretty decent football player. My 11th grade year, I was pretty good. A little lucky, but pretty good. My senior year, I'm sitting in my algebra class wondering in my little thought bubble, who invented algebra? I'm trying to add 2 letters to get a number, and it's just not working out. But I'm still doing it, and the loudspeaker came on, and it was a principal. And the principal said, I'd like to make an announcement, the first ever All-American in Lee High School history, LeRoy Butler. I said, wait, did he just say my name? Now remember, I had no friends. My brother went to the school. He wasn't even my friend. I had no friends, none. When I was walking around the hallway by myself. But when he made that announcement, he said, yes, when you see him, give him a high five. We've never had an All-American before. And I was saying to myself, this is what my grandmother was talking about. I'm about to have some power. How are you going to use it? So when the bell rang, I'm walking through, everybody's coming over to me, high-fiving. Just last week, a bunch of kids came over to me, and they were saying, you wear hand-me-downs. I said, what are you talking about? Well, your brother just wore that shirt last week. I said, you're wrong. He wore it yesterday, and I'm okay with it. I'm not in school for a fashion show. I'm in school to learn from the smartest people in the world, my teachers. And my shoes had holes in it. The custodian would go out back by the dumpster. He would fight off all the raccoons, find some cardboard, and he'd cut me out like an intersole for my shoes so my foot wouldn't hit the concrete when I walked. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to come to school and learn. So some kids come to school for different reasons, to be popular, to wear nice clothes. For me, I just wanted to fit in and learn. But you go from that to now everybody in the school knows who you are. I mean, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. Girls were like writing me notes, and I'm like, hey, this is amazing. But again, my grandmother, how are you going to use that power? So for me, it changed my life. I got a letter. I said, Mom, I sat on our couch, which had like a 2x4 in it so you don't fall through it. And I said, you know what? How many people in our family has ever gone to college? How many? She said, nobody. I said, no, Mom, we have like a family tree. It's a bunch of names and stuff. How many do you think, if you had to guess, how many went to college? She said, nobody's ever gone to college. Nobody. I can guarantee you that. I said, well, guess what? I may be the first. I got a letter. My first ever letter was Florida State University. I said, Florida State. I can go to college. Remember, my goal is to go to the NFL. So when I got this letter, then all of a sudden I started getting letters from UCLA, Georgia, Tennessee. Everybody wanted me to come to their school. This is amazing. But then it's going up. It starts to come back down. I got a letter. NCAA, you cannot go to college because you did not pass the SAT test. I said, wait a minute. What's the SAT test? Is this like the same guy invented algebra, this stuff they're just making up? No, you got to pass that to go to college. So my life was over. But here's when I knew it was a God. The next day, I was distraught. I'm walking, looking at the ground. And my teacher, Miss Gordon, at my high school, she said, come here. I got some news for you. I said, what? She's running down the hall looking for me. She said, you didn't read the fine print. I just saw on the letter it said I can't go. But if you read the fine print, and breaking news guys don't read that stuff, we let our wives read it. We just want to know what it costs. We don't care what the terms are. How much does it cost? She said, no, you can still go to college. But you have to get a 700 on the SAT and a 2.5 GPA combined, and you can play. But you can't play your freshman year. I said, wait a minute, I can go to college but I can't play my freshman year, but I can play my other 3 years. She said, yes, that's great news. I said, it is. So I was able to go to college. I get Florida State University. And again, my freshman year, I didn't play, but it didn't matter. I'm at a university. My sophomore year, I would say average. Because at Florida State, everybody's All-American. My junior year, I know most people know me for the Lambeau Leap, but this was way bigger in Florida. I did a fake punt, and it was called the Punt Rooski, and we did it against Clemson. We was about to punt the ball, and the center snaps it to the up back. The up back puts it between my legs. I kind of sit there, and while everybody's running around looking for the ball, I just take out running. Well, we did that against the Clemson Tigers in Clemson, and that put me on a national stage. Everybody knew who I was. We were able to win the game. Coach Bobby Bowden, my hero, it's like called this great play. Now my senior year, things really changed. I got a chance to meet somebody. I hope everybody listening to this knows. But if you don't, we have the internet now. I got a chance to meet Bob Hope. I was a consensus All-American. I went out to California and I met Bob Hope. And that's when it dawned on me, I may be famous one day and go into the NFL. So I'm going back, All-American. Everybody knows me on all the newspapers, radio shows, everything. LeRoy Butler's gonna get drafted. He's gonna get drafted. To me, I'm thinking, it didn't matter what team. But let's go back. Growing up, I was a huge Cowboys fan. Don't boo me, I was a kid, okay? Huge Cowboys fan. So I'm thinking that in a perfect world, the Cowboys are gonna draft me. Well, they weren't smart enough to do that. So in the second round, I said to myself, it don't matter. Anybody just call. The phone, they call you on the phone. So I'm thinking the phone is not ringing. So I said, well, maybe just go check the phone. So I go check the phone, and my sister was on the phone. So I'm thinking, wait a minute now, we have rotary phones. And don't even Google that. We had these, like a bungee cord on it. It wasn't cordless phones. Siri wasn't born yet. This is like, I mean, the phone would stay in one spot. And if somebody was on it, that means nobody else could call. It was busy. We had no three-way calling. So I go over to my sister and I say some things to her, and I'm a Christian young man, I won't repeat what I said, but I said some stuff to her. I said, you gotta hang this phone up. She hangs the phone up. As soon as the phone rings, I say, hello. It was Lee Rummel from the Green Bay Packers. He said, we want to talk to LeRoy Butler. I said, this is me, oh, this is amazing, I'm so excited. He says, yeah, we're thinking about selecting you with the 48th pick in the second round. I'm like, well, what's the holdup? Well, you got to talk to the head coach first. Lindy Infante, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, gets on this phone. He said, how you doing, LeRoy? We're going to select you with the 48th pick. And we're so excited. He said, before I give you any more information, do you have any questions? I said, yes, I do have a question. Where's Green Bay? Because don't you play in Milwaukee? He said, no. We play a couple games in Milwaukee, but we play the rest of the games in Green Bay. I said, oh, well, great. He says, okay, go to your television. You'll see your name at the crawl. He said, wait. No, just stay on the phone with me. Just let your family see it, because we want to ask you some more questions. And I'm having this conversation, and I hear the roar of my family just going berserk. I said, they must have saw it. And we had this small television too. I mean, it was so small we had to watch it one at a time. So everybody's like, what is happening? We can't really see. Because we had a small television. And then my mom turned the volume up and they said my name. And I remember Chris Berman from ESPN saying my name. The Packers just selected LeRoy Butler, and it was almost as if it wasn't a dream because I was going through it, because this is what I want to happen when I was a disabled African American in the project in a wheelchair. This is not luck. This is what God said would happen to me. I just believed him. Get over to the locker room, see a picture of Bart Starr, Ray Nipsky, and all the history, you know, Lombardi, and it's amazing. It's truly amazing. And I just remember just the first year we were like 6-10. It wasn't my fault though. The next year we were 4-12. Like, man, this is not good. Because I'm coming from Florida State. We won 10, 11 games every year. The following year, we just beat Minnesota. And I'm sitting in the meeting room like, uh-oh, because we would meet with the head coach, Lindy Infanti. He comes in. And then normally this is the speech after he talks, you leave for 6 months. They had just signed a new GM, Ron Wolf, Hall of Famer. Ron Wolf, a man of very few words. He comes in. I don't know if people know this story, but he comes in and he looks at the team. He says, paraphrasing, a lot of you guys probably won't be here because I want to win a Super Bowl. And he didn't have a mic to drop. He just left. Lindy Infanti's standing right there. And Lindy Infanti is professional, gets back up there. Well, guys, you'll have a great summer. We'll see you in the spring. No, he said, have a great spring. We'll see you in the summer. It was so quiet. And then everybody just kind of left. The next year, of course, I got a phone call. We got a new coach. I heard all these Bill Parcells, Dick Vermeil, all these guys are going to be our coaches. I never heard of Mike Holmgren. Never heard of him. And I'm thinking, okay, who's the new guy? It's Mike Holmgren. Nice guy. Come from San Francisco. Won a Super Bowl. Okay, great. Then the next time we kind of, like a big deal, they said they just signed a new quarterback. I'm saying, wait a minute. Our new quarterback, our quarterback is Don Mikowski. Number 7, blonde, the magic man. No, they just traded for another quarterback. I said, okay, well, I got to go introduce myself. And it was Brett Favre. I actually played against Brett in college when he was at Southern Mississippi. So he comes in, he's just the nicest guy. I mean, Brett, I wrote a book about this, about I love all my teammates, but there's a few of them that were special. And Brett would come in and he didn't care what race you were, what sexuality, what gender, he doesn't care. Brett Favre loves everybody. He just come in and just go into each little culture in the locker room and just kind of just fitting in and just adapting to every piece of his surrounding. He just like, so wait a minute, you're a quarterback. You're not supposed to be like mingling with the undrafted players or players who may not make the team. But he loved everybody. And our team started to change. And then the following year, we got this guy that's going to change the whole complexion of our team. Reggie White. Reggie White is in the building. Wait a minute. I thought he went to San Francisco. I just read that he was going to San Francisco. Nope, he's here. I said, well, how do we get Reggie White? Because the NFL had something called Plan B. So they would just protect like 6 or 7 guys. Everybody else would get like less money. Reggie sued the NFL to become a free agent. So this is the biggest deal. Reggie White is a big deal. His first free agent is coming to the Packers. And there was this false narrative that African Americans didn't want to come free agent wise or Plan B to Green Bay. It's not true. I said, well, how do we get him? So Mike Holmgren and Ron Wolf said they were telling him these things, and Ron said, listen, you can go anywhere else and be a great player. You can go anywhere else and do whatever you do. But if you come here, you'll be a legend. And one of the funniest stories, they tried to get in touch with Reggie to tell him they wanted to offer him a contract. And Coach Holmgren got his voicemail. And Coach Holmgren says, hello, Reggie. This is God. Please sign with the Packers. And Reggie thought it was so funny. He signed with the Packers. The losing culture is gone. We started to win. Things got better. 1995, we got the Cowboys on the ropes. Let them off the hook. 1996, things changed. We're playing Patriots. We had 4 interns to make sure they didn't deflate the footballs, though. So we were ahead of that game. And I'm joking, Patriot fans, take it easy. We get down there, the Superdome, and I see Luther Vandross, R&B singer. I say, this is what heaven's like. Because they shot fireworks inside the Superdome, so it was kind of cloudy. I'm thinking, this is the Super Bowl. This is... And then you get emotional as a kid playing in the NFL because this is the pinnacle of your life. If you're a kid thinking you're going to go to the Super Bowl, your emotions take over you. And I'm thinking to myself, and I had one of the PR guys said that 180 million people may watch this game. And to me, that made me say to myself, that's millions of disabled kids are going to watch this and say, I want to do just what LeRoy Butler's doing, playing in the Super Bowl. I determine my outcome in my life, not somebody else. So we get in the game, and they were back and forth, and since I got the Lifetime Award, I could tell my particular play. I mean, I think that's only fair, right? But I'm sure people have watched this game, the best sack. I come through like 5 guys, jump over the other 5 guys. I grab Drew Bledsoe. Okay, it was one guy, but it makes it sound better. I grab this guy, I sack him, and I do this weird dance. Fast forward through that part. But it made me think, this is, all those 180 million people were watching me at that moment. And it was awesome. And then, Reggie White gets a couple sacks, and Brett Favre does his thing, and Desmond Howard, the MVP, just takes over the game. Thank you, Desmond, for the Super Bowl ring. Thank you so much. Love Desmond. And I'll never forget that team. That team was a bunch of guys that come together for one collective goal. Whenever you're in any company, it doesn't matter where you are, when you swipe that green key card, it's about the team. If you swipe it and it turns red, go see HR, but at least. But once you're in that building, you leave all your problems outside the building. You must come together, and we did that. I remember getting over to the locker room, and it was 1993, right after Christmas, and it was really cold. It was so cold that thermostat wasn't working, because every time I come into the locker room, I'd go check the thermostat just to see how cold it was. I'm from Florida. But it was broken. And then some guy yelled, oh, it's 17 below. I said, wait a minute, my refrigerator's 32 degrees. Do they forfeit these games? And the guy said, no, they don't forfeit the game. What are you talking about? I said, listen, do you don't understand? We're playing a team from California. It's not fair to them. We should just wait till next year. And everybody's laughing. So they gave us a few things to keep us warm. And one of the things they gave us was pantyhose. Never had any on before. So we're putting these things on, and nobody can get them up. They're all stuck. Can't get them up. And I just remember one of the guys said, hey, I saw my wife put them on once. she shakes and they come up. So everybody's shaking, trying to pull these things up. And when they finally got up, I saw Reggie White, 6'5", 300 pounds, and walk by in pantyhose. I said, Reggie, oh, he said, what? I said, you got a run in yours. So he started laughing. He said, what are you talking about? I said, you got to cut your toenails so you can get these things up. And people said, Butler, how do you know that? I said, I don't know. I don't know. So we get into the game, and I cause a fumble. And when I caused a fumble, in my peripheral vision, I see the football, but I don't know where it went because the ground is frozen. So the ball is just coming. Then all of a sudden, Reggie White has the ball, and he's running this slow, like he's in frozen. Probably was. And I'm like, I gotta go over there. Because Coach Holmgren always told us, if you get an interception or a fumble, never lateral or pitch the ball. Don't do that. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Because guys would turn it back over. But I knew he was gonna do it. So we caught eye contact as if we were going to the prom or something. I'm like, oh, there's Reggie White. So I sprint over there, and as I'm running over there, I see Tony Bennett on the ground because he was trying to go towards Reggie because he saw the same thing I saw, but he fell because it was slippery. Then I saw another guy fall because it was really slippery. But God is good. I stayed up. I'm running over there, and Reggie's falling, and he laterals me the ball. I get this ball, and it seemed like, no pun intended, as if everything was frozen. Like, is this really happening? Because I'm a defensive guy, we never score. So I get this ball, I'm running down the sideline. And spontaneously, I had nothing made up, nope, spontaneously, I'm running. I said, I'm gonna jump in the stand. So I point to this guy, like I'm gonna jump, and this guy's like, why is he pointing at me? Like, what's going on here? So all the fans are rushing down, they don't know what I'm about to do. So I run over there, and I throw the ball down, and I jump. But as this is going on, a guy had a beer in his hand. And this guy's literally trying to make a decision. Do I catch LeRoy Butler, or do I drink my frozen beer that's called frozen? I stood in line for 20 minutes, and it's no good, whatever. And he throws the beer away. He catches me, and I heard him say, you owe me a beer. And as I got down, I'm laughing so hard, I'm looking for the ball. And I get the ball, and I'm running, and I see Doug Evans come over there, and I'm doing this weird dance, fast forward that. Favre comes out to me, and he has this Superman cape, and you see him abruptly turn. He said, oh, you smell like beer. I said, yeah, this guy wasted beer on me. And then we're running around, and we get to the bench. And I remember Coach Holmgren comes over there with his headphones, takes them off. Never do that again. Because we're going to get fined. There's going to be a penalty. And then they say, no, it's a touchdown. It's all good. Everything's fine. And then the following, I think 2 weeks, Holmgren did get a letter. They said, oh, everything's fine. No one got here injured or nothing. No fan hit, but nothing. Everything's fine. And Robert Brooks did a song about it called Jump in the Stands. I'm sure you can pick that up on iTunes. It blew up. It blew up. It blew. Everybody was doing it. Great. And the reason why it's so significant now, because when you see Packer games this year, 2020, they won't be able to do the leap. The first 6 rows are going to be like tarped out. So not only 2020 brought us COVID-19 and lost a lot of deaths, it's going to be a lot of changes. It's going to be a lot of changes. And doing the leap was something I thought would never, ever stop happening, but you won't see it. But the good thing about it is next year, 2021, every time the Packers score, which will be a lot, instead of one guy doing it, 2 guys will do it to make up for 2020. But again, I am just equally honored to accept this award. And again, I just wish my mom was here to see stuff like this, and I know she is looking down upon me. but it means a lot to me because every young man, every young lady, every adult with a disability, I hope they see this and just say, you know what, I can do whatever I want to do. And I determined that. And my grandfather used to say, every day is a new day. It's a new day, and if you don't take advantage of it, you're wasting your time. So thank you very much. I'm just so tickled inside right now because this year has not been the greatest for a lot of people, but this for me makes 2020 something I can look back on and say it wasn't all bad for me because I was able to touch a lot of people's lives who needed this kind of message. So thank you very much.
Welcome back, everybody. Congratulations, LeRoy Butler, and thank you so much for sharing your story. You really are an inspiration to all. At this time, folks, I want to point your attention to item number 7212. This is our LeRoy Butler Golf Experience package, where you and 2 other people get to go and play 18 holes of golf with LeRoy Butler. You choose the course or let him choose it for you. Either way, bidding starts at $1,500. This item is going to go fast, so bid early, bid often, and a big thanks to LeRoy for making this happen. Thanks so much.
It comes down to respect for the individual. That is, if all life weren't worth investing in, there'd be no reason for us to be here. This was the philosophy of the sisters from that very first day, September 10th, 1904. And the 116 years since, it's still true. So today we try to meet the needs and the unmet needs of people in our community by serving them in ways that gives them a full life. And it's not an empty gesture. We do it with the same spirituality of the Sisters of St. Francis in our service delivery. And one evidence of that is the fountain that I sit in front of today. You can hear behind me a beautiful beginning of our mission in Jefferson included this fountain. Included in the fountain are waters that come from the birthplace of St. Francis and St. Clare, from Rome. And then when you dip your hand in here, like I'm doing now, you take a little holy water and put it on you. It is just a commitment to this ongoing spirituality that is the foundation of our mission. This pandemic has shaken the roots of every American in that it's taken away a lot of the freedoms that we've become used to in our lives here and the normalcy part. Our commitment at St. Coletta is number 1, to keep every member of the St. Coletta family safe. Every person served here, every staff member, every family member that comes into contact with what we do. That safety is paramount and it guides our action. Secondly, normalcy. To every degree that we can do, we try to provide the same normalcy in the lives of the people we serve. Because quite frankly, sometimes they don't understand all of what's being put in front of them, all of the demands now put on their lives. So we're going to continue this effort, and you can count on us to do both. I want to ask you to give generously to this effort here, because what it provides here is a continuance of this beginning the sisters started and serves us in our everyday walk of life in that service delivery. Thank you. Give freely.
Thank you so much for joining us for our program this evening. We ask you at this time to please consider a direct donation in support of the Gala and in support of St. Coletta's mission to provide quality services and programs inspired by the Franciscan values of compassion, dignity, and respect to hundreds of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Your gift will go a long way in sustaining the mission, vision, and the values that represent St. Coletta of Wisconsin and our founders, the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi. Please, right now, consider giving a direct donation to St. Coletta of Wisconsin and make an instant and real impact in the lives of hundreds of people who rely on us for critical supports. Thank you for your kindness and generosity.
Sweet the sound that
Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight and being a part of our virtual gala. We hope you had fun, and thank you for all your contributions for us to support us in this coming year. Thank you and good night.